like that for my children. I just want to have those characteristics that Mom had. And I don't feel like I'm doing the job right now. I don't feel like I can be strong like her.
So I sense you're feeling that, a little bit of letdown maybe, that you're maybe letting your kids down in your mind? Is,
Yeah, I'm just not there for them. I feel like they leaned on their grandmother, because she just took care of all of us. She would cook for us. We'd all go to her house after church on Sundays and have Sunday dinner, and she would just be great, and just took care of the kids, and she'd visit them and after school and go to all the plays and things and their activities, and I do that, but I think we're just missing her so much.
well, there's a hole in your life.
Yes.
Whenever you lose somebody that has that much influence and that much, your family is tight. I mean, you all came to church together. We could all sense how tight you were, and I can empathize with how tough it is to try to come to grips with this.
It is. It's so hard. I just don't know what I'm going to do.
Do you feel like you're on an island by yourself? Maybe. Do you feel?
I do. I feel like I don't have anywhere to turn. I just feel like it's me, and I don't know what to do because I'm just running out of steam, running out of energy. And I'm on an island, but I'm busy and I can't settle down. I'm just doing everything and everything's whirling around, but I just feel like it's just me out there.
You're starting to wear you out.
Yeah, I don't
I can
sleep.
sense, yeah, and that's important. You're not getting sleep and getting rest. I know, your dad was, he just retired recently, and they were counting on going on trips together. And I'm sure this has hit him hard, and you're trying to fill that space too.
I'm there all the time with Dad. He just isn't doing much of anything. I know he misses her a lot because they were married for 50 years, but she just did everything for him, and now he wants me to fulfill that role, and I can't be there. I have my own family to take care of, but I try, and I'm there every day, but I don't know.
Now, is he still living by himself in his house?
Yeah, he's still at the house, and he just, he used to go outside, and, after retirement, and he's an avid golfer, and he would do gardening, and he's just not doing anything this past couple of weeks. And I know he's grieving, but he's got to move on. He's got to visit his friends or something. He's just wearing me out.
He's leaning on you a bit more than
A
really need to.
A lot.
And what are you doing to take care of yourself? I mean, I know you're taking care of your father, and you got 2 children you're taking care of, and
I don't have time for me. I'm with my dad in the morning, and then I'm fixing him dinner, and the kids have after school activities, and I have to be with them, and one's in softball and the other one's she's in drama, and I'm busy, and running
I know
down
we
here.
missed you at church last few
Yeah,
weeks, and I understand people need time to kind of reorganize and get the strength back, but we've missed you here at church too, and I can tell that's
And
wearing.
that's just it. I just don't feel like I have time. I just don't even feel like I can pray. I just feel like God's not there. I just feel alone, like you said, on an island. I'm just there, and where's God at?
So you're not really seeing God's presence right now. You're not feeling God's presence in your life.
Not at all. And I just don't have time to do my devotions, and and I just feel like I'm just so busy that I don't have time for. Maybe I don't have time for him, and that's not what I want.
Do you sense yourself kind of drifting away from God? Do you think God's kind of, do you feel God's abandoned you?
Well, in my heart, I know he hasn't abandoned me, but I feel like I have abandoned him. I just don't have time for him. And I used to always be so active in church and active, in the youth group, and because I don't have time for that, because I have to take care of Dad and the family, and my husband's not there. I'm just running out of steam.
running out of steam, and it's tough. And you've taken on the mantle of your mom, and that's got to be a very tough, as strong as you are and as strong as your mom was. And I know how tough that can be to try to take on that mantle and be there for everybody. It can wear you out real quick.
But I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I need to lean on. I need to lean on God, but I just don't know. I just feel like I can't.
And did this feeling start, soon after? Or is it kind of building? How's this?
Yeah, right after she died, I kind of felt angry because he took her away too soon, and it was so sudden. We didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to her, and then we just didn't get a chance to say goodbye.
And that hurts. I can see how that, nobody expected this. Nobody that expected this to happen as suddenly as it did. And I can empathize with that. And it's okay to be angry at God. It's okay. God is big enough where God can take our anger. It's okay to ask God why. It's okay to, as they do in Lamentations and some of the Psalms, just plead with God why. God can take those types of questions. It's okay. I feel a little sad that you kind of pushed your devotions aside a little bit. I understand how busy you are.
Just feel like I don't have time to do that. I don't have time in the morning for my devotions or in the evening time. And then I lay down in bed and the room, everything just starts spinning, and I wake up at 2 a.m. But I just don't feel like I can go to the Bible or go to, I just can't go to the Lord with this right now.
Do you feel you're still a little angry, maybe? Do you feel maybe some separation?
Yeah, it sounds like that I'm separated, and, that maybe it's me pushing him away. Maybe I am angry, but, he just took her away so quickly.
And that's difficult. There's no way that anybody can explain why or how that can affect somebody. I know how difficult it is. I lost my father-in-law very suddenly. Never had a chance to say goodbye to him. So, a little different situation, but it does hurt. It does, you do ask those questions why. What purpose did this serve?
Yeah, that's the way I feel.
What purpose, and that's difficult to get our head around. That's difficult to understand, the why. Part of our theology kind of instructs us that we'll never really know the why. That we trust in God to know, and God's will and God's judgment. We trust in that, and it's sometimes it's difficult when things like this happen, that we tend to want to know how come.
Well, how do I get past this? I just don't know what to do.
And that's a good question. It's a difficult question. I don't think I'll have all the answers for that. I think one place to start is to express your anger to God, or like you're doing to me. Go ahead and express that feeling that I'm just not happy with the way things are.
I used to cry all the time. I can't even cry. It's like I have this wall. There's no emotions.
It's just an emptiness. Is what I'm getting. Is you just feel empty. And that's a tough place to be. But also understand that God is here whether we feel him or feel God at this particular point or not. God is here. But it's going to take some time, and God realizes that it's going to take some time. You need to give yourself some time. There are no quick answers to this. I think we need to, we need to find a way to help you with the daily activities you're doing. We need to find a way to maybe get some of the stress off, either by having some of the elders visit with your dad or run some errands. We have a strong women's group here at the church. Maybe getting some of them involved may help, but that's all going to take care of the surface issues. What I'm concerned about is you said it a couple times, you feel like you're turning away from God or feeling that you're separating yourself from God. And that's something I think we need to flesh out a bit more.
Okay.
I think
with if some people would come and help, because Dad just kind of, like I said, he's just not real active and he's not doing much, and so he just requires a lot of my time and a lot of my energy. So I think that might help, but I don't know what I'm going to do. With the kids, I just don't know what else I'm going to do, and where I'm going to find, even if I give up time with Dad, I just don't know what I'm going to do with that extra time.
Well, and that's going to be a question that only you can answer. I can tell you that, or assure you of God's love for you, and that as much as you think you're separating, God's still there waiting for us to come back and enter into that dialogue.